You might be surprised to learn that a few seemingly harmless morning habits could be silently sabotaging your health after age 60, weakening your balance, clouding your memory, and even shortening your lifespan without you realizing it. Decades of research involving thousands of older adults and published in the Journal of American Geriatrics confirm that what you do or don't do within the first 30 minutes after waking can have a powerful impact on your ability to stay sharp, strong, and independent for years to come. Some common routines like getting out of bed too quickly, skipping breakfast, or immediately diving into negative news or social media may not raise alarms at first glance. But the truth is, these habits can quietly disrupt your blood pressure, strain your nervous system, drain your emotional energy, and most dangerously, increase your risk of falling. And as you may know, falls are the leading cause of fatal injury among seniors over 65. But don't worry, there's good news. This article will give you a clear and practical guide to 3 morning habits you must avoid at all costs, along with 3 simple but powerful habits you should begin practicing every day to boost mental clarity, protect mobility, and safeguard your long-term health. And stay with me until the very end, because I'm about to reveal a surprisingly common habit that millions of older adults repeat every single morning, not realizing it may be silently draining years off their life. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 3 morning habits seniors must do. 1. Drink a warm glass of water after waking up. There's something quietly sacred about the early morning hours, when the world is still hushed and the day stretches out before us like a blank page. For older adults, especially those over 65, the way we begin our mornings holds far more importance than many realize. And one of the simplest yet most powerful things we can do for our health is to drink a warm glass of water first thing after waking. It may sound too basic to matter, but in truth, this humble act sets the entire body in motion. After a night of sleep, the body is naturally dehydrated. Our organs, especially the kidneys, liver, and brain, need water to resume their daily work. A warm glass of water gently reawakens these systems, helping flush out toxins, stimulate digestion, and jumpstart circulation without shocking the body like cold water might. Warm water is kinder to an aging stomach. It soothes rather than stirs, making it easier for seniors who often deal with sensitive digestion, acid reflux, or slow metabolism. It also helps lubricate joints, a quiet blessing for those who wake with stiffness or minor aches. Over time, this habit supports healthier skin, improves energy, and may even reduce the risk of urinary infections, a common concern among the elderly. Many seniors who live into their 90s and beyond often report that their mornings begin slowly, gently, and with intention. They don't reach for caffeine first. They don't skip hydration. They begin with water, warm, healing, and deliberate. For an extra touch of benefit, some older adults add a slice of fresh lemon or a teaspoon of raw honey, if blood sugar isn't an issue. Lemon offers a gentle dose of vitamin C and helps balance pH levels, while honey can soothe the throat and provide a mild energy lift. But even plain warm water all by itself is a gift you give your body, a quiet act of self-respect to begin the day. Creating this morning habit is not just about hydration. It's about cultivating presence. It's about telling your body, I am with you, I care for you. And sometimes it's those gentle, repeated choices that carry us longest on the road of life. So before you reach for the news, your pills, or your coffee, reach for water. Let it be the first yes of your day. And while this simple act cares for the body, the next habit on our list tends to something just as vital: your mobility and independence. Ready to feel stronger, steadier, and more in control of your day? Let's keep going. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Gentle stretching to awaken the body. As the sun begins its quiet rise, painting light across the windowsill, there is a gentle opportunity waiting. A moment not just to wake up, but to come alive. For seniors, the act of stretching in the morning is not about exercise in the traditional sense. It's about reconnecting with the body, claiming mobility, and honoring the vessel that has carried you through a lifetime. With age comes wisdom, but also stiffness, slower circulation, and joints that may not move as freely as they once did. The body, like a well-worn garden, still bears fruit, but it needs tending. A few minutes of soft stretching each morning can work miracles, relieving tightness, stimulating blood flow, and increasing flexibility in ways that medications alone cannot achieve. Start small. Raise your arms gently overhead. Roll your shoulders. Turn your neck slowly from side to side. Flex your ankles while seated. These movements might seem minor, but they are quietly powerful. They awaken muscles, send fresh oxygen to the brain, and reduce the risk of falls by improving balance and coordination, one of the most important factors in long-term independence. But beyond the physical, stretching is a practice of presence. It invites you to feel the moment, to notice where your body holds tension, and to move with compassion. Seniors who stretch regularly often describe feeling more energized and emotionally grounded. In a world that moves too fast, this ritual slows everything down and gives you the chance to greet the day with grace rather than rush. Studies have shown that older adults who incorporate light stretching into their mornings experience less joint pain, better posture, and more confidence in their daily movements. And confidence at this stage of life is not just about walking unassisted, it's about knowing you are still capable, still strong, and still in control of your own body. If done by an open window, with fresh air and perhaps soft music, stretching can become a sacred habit, one that nourishes both the body and soul. It's a quiet way of saying, I still have agency over my day. And that realization can be more powerful than any prescription. But as you rise and begin to feel your body's rhythm returning, there's something just as important waiting to be nourished, something that lives not in your muscles, but in your heart and mind. The next habit is perhaps the most personal of all, and it can set the tone for your spirit in ways that ripple through every part of your day. Are you ready to awaken more than just your limbs? 3. Begin with a positive thought, prayer, or quiet reflection. There is a moment, just before the world begins to stir, when everything feels still. The house is silent. The phone hasn't rung. The responsibilities of the day have not yet arrived. In this delicate window, there lies a powerful opportunity, not for the body, but for the spirit. For seniors, beginning the morning with a positive thought, a gentle prayer, or a few minutes of quiet reflection can shape the entire tone of the day. It's not just about feeling calm, it's about choosing peace over worry, gratitude over regret, hope over fear. As we age, our minds can become cluttered, not just with to-do lists or concerns, but with memories, loss, or questions about the future. Many older adults carry invisible weights, missing loved ones, managing health challenges, or adjusting to a slower pace of life. That is why, more than ever, the first thoughts of the day matter. They are seeds, What you plant in your mind each morning has the potential to grow and shape how you feel, how you speak, and how you move through your day. Some seniors begin with a whispered prayer, a moment of thanks for simply waking up, for having another sunrise to witness. Others may repeat a favorite quote, a line of scripture, or a personal mantra like, I am still here and that is enough. Even a quiet breath, taken with intention, can become a sacred ritual. This habit doesn't require religion, but it does require presence. It is an invitation to look inward and connect with something greater than the chaos of everyday life. Those who practice this regularly often find themselves more resilient. They feel more grounded in who they are and less shaken by the news, aches, or the unpredictable nature of aging. It creates space, a mental reset that allows you to respond to life with more kindness and less fear. And over time, this small act can nurture a deep sense of purpose, even in the simplest routines. More than any pill or supplement, a peaceful mind is one of the strongest foundations for healthy aging. When you start your day with a heart that is still, even life's difficulties feel lighter. And often, when the mind is clear, the body follows. Now that we've explored how to care for your body and spirit each morning, let's turn to the habits you must avoid. Because just as morning routines can lift you up, some can quietly pull you down. Are you unknowingly doing something that may be aging you faster? Let's take a closer look. 3. Morning habits seniors should never do. 1. Getting out of bed too quickly. In the quiet moments just after waking, there's often a rush, a desire to stand, to start the day, to do something. Many older adults, shaped by a lifetime of productivity and discipline, instinctively want to rise immediately when the eyes open. But as the body ages, what once was instinctive may now be dangerous. Getting out of bed too quickly is a morning habit that seniors must learn to resist, not because of laziness or weakness, but out of deep self-respect and wisdom. When we sleep, our blood pressure naturally lowers, our muscles rest, and our circulation slows. Upon waking, the body needs time to reorient itself, to restore balance and equilibrium. For younger people, this process is automatic, but for older adults, it can take longer. Standing up too fast can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, a condition called orthostatic hypotension. This can lead to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting. And the price you pay for this seemingly small mistake can be devastating. A misstep in the morning can lead to a fall, a single moment that changes everything. A fractured hip, a head injury, a long hospital stay. And for many seniors, these accidents are not just physical setbacks, they are emotional ones, often leading to fear, isolation, and a loss of confidence that's hard to regain. The cost is not only measured in pain, but in independence. The body, especially in its later years, deserves care in transition. Learning to wake slowly, to sit up in bed gradually, to breathe deeply before standing is not a sign of fragility. It is a sign of wisdom. It's the body's way of asking for patience. And when we honor that request, we protect ourselves. A safer morning might look like this. After waking, remain lying down for a minute. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch gently. Then turn to your side and slowly push yourself into a sitting position. Sit at the edge of the bed. Breathe. Feel your balance. Only when you feel fully steady, stand slowly with purpose. This may feel unnatural at first. It may even test your patience. But remember, aging well isn't about moving quickly. It's about moving intentionally. It's about protecting the body that has protected you for decades. Many seniors regret the moments when they ignored these signs, the falls they didn't see coming, the injuries they assumed wouldn't happen to them. But the truth is, those few extra seconds in bed could save you weeks or even years of hardship. So next time you wake, pause. Give your body the grace it's earned, because in this season of life, the quietest choices are often the most powerful ones. But rising too fast isn't the only hidden danger in your morning routine. Some habits affect more than just your balance. They can quietly harm your mind and mood before the day has even begun. Want to know what that is? Let's keep going. 2. Never skip breakfast. There's a quiet moment each morning when the world begins to stir. Birds sing, light spills across the floor, and your body, after a night of fasting, whispers its first request: nourishment. Yet far too often that request is ignored. For many seniors, skipping breakfast has become an unintentional habit. Maybe it's a lack of appetite, maybe a lifetime of rushing into the day, or maybe it's just the thought, "I'll eat later." But with age, that small delay can carry a larger cost. Breakfast is not simply a meal. It is a signal to your body that the day has begun, that energy is on the way, that metabolism should awaken, and that blood sugar needs to be stabilized. When you skip it, you may feel fine at first, but the price you pay shows up slowly and subtly: brain fog, fatigue, mood swings, and even a higher risk of falls due to low energy or dizziness. The body, like an engine, cannot run on fumes. Worse still, for seniors who take medications in the morning, especially for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, taking those pills without food can be harmful. Nausea, stomach irritation, and uneven absorption are common consequences. Over time, this disrupts the effectiveness of your treatment and may worsen chronic conditions. But perhaps the deepest loss isn't just physical. Skipping breakfast is skipping connection. For many older adults, especially those living alone, breakfast is one of the few chances in the day to sit quietly with oneself, or even share a meal with a spouse, a caregiver, or a neighbor. It is a moment to be present, to enjoy something warm, and to begin with a small act of care. Eating in the morning doesn't require a grand effort. A simple bowl of oatmeal, a boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, or even a warm cup of tea with a banana can make a world of difference. These are not just calories. They are messages you send to your body that say, "You are worth taking care of." And that message, repeated day after day, builds a foundation of resilience. Those who live well into their 80s and 90s often share a common thread. They do not skip the basics. They do not overlook the small things that keep their strength steady and their minds alert. And breakfast, humble as it seems, is one of those things. So the next time you think about skipping your morning meal, pause. Ask yourself if today deserves a better beginning, and if you do too. But breakfast isn't the only thing that can set your day off balance. What you allow into your mind in the first few minutes after waking can shape your entire outlook. Are you unknowingly letting stress and negativity in before you even rise from your chair? Let's explore that next. 3. Never start your day with negative news or media. The world outside your door moves fast, faster than it ever has. Headlines flash, notifications buzz, screens glow before the sun even rises. And for many seniors, reaching for the television remote or smartphone first thing in the morning has become second nature. It may feel like staying informed, like staying connected, but what seems harmless, even routine, can in fact would begin your day with an emotional weight that lingers far longer than you realize. There's nothing inherently wrong with being aware of current events, But the timing matters more than we often admit. The first hour of your morning is a sensitive window, a time when your brain is most impressionable, your emotions most unguarded, and your spirit still waking. What you feed your mind during these early moments sets the tone for everything that follows. When the first thing you absorb is conflict, violence, political tension, or tragedy, the price you pay is subtle but serious. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, begins to surge. Anxiety creeps in. You might notice a tightness in your chest, a heaviness in your mood, or an edge to your thoughts that follows you through the rest of the day. It may seem small, a sigh, a frown, a sense of dread, but over time, that becomes your emotional baseline. And with each passing day, the morning becomes less about peace and more about bracing yourself for the next bad headline. For seniors, especially those already dealing with health challenges, loneliness, or grief, this habit can be especially damaging. It feeds fear. It can lead to withdrawal. It can turn the safest place, your home, into a source of daily emotional unrest. You deserve better than that. Your morning should be a refuge, not a battlefield. Instead of starting the day with news that darkens your spirit, consider filling that space with something lighter: music, nature sounds, a devotional, a memory, or even silence. Allow yourself to enter the world slowly. The world will still be there in an hour, but your peace is not something you should trade so easily. Because as we age, we come to understand something profound. Protecting your mental space is not a luxury, it's a survival skill. You've earned the right to peace. You've earned the right to choose what you let in and what you leave outside your door. And so, as we come to the end of these morning reminders, take a moment to reflect not just on what you do each morning, but why. You are the keeper of your time. Your habits, both conscious and unconscious, shape the quality of your days more than any clock ever could. Choose slowly. Choose wisely. Choose with love for the body and mind that have carried you this far. Because in the end, longevity is not only about how long you live, but how well you live the years you've been given. Morning is a promise. Honor it wisely. In the quiet stillness of the morning, there exists something sacred, a second chance. Each sunrise offers us a gentle promise, a new opportunity to begin again, to care for ourselves a little more tenderly, and to choose wisely how we move through the hours ahead. For seniors, especially those in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, these choices are no longer about chasing time. They are about honoring it. They are about recognizing that your body, your mind, and your spirit are still with you, and that in itself is something remarkable. The habits you choose each morning are not just routines. They are quiet messages to yourself. When you begin your day with hydration, gentle movement, and intentional thought, you're telling your body, I value you. I am still showing up for you. And when you let go of harmful patterns like rushing out of bed or absorbing negativity first thing, you're protecting the life you've worked so hard to build. You see, longevity isn't just about how many birthdays we celebrate. It's about the quality of our presence, the clarity of our minds, the peace in our hearts, and the freedom in our movements. It's about waking up each day not in fear of what may fail, but in gratitude for what still works, what still matters, and what still brings us joy. So ask yourself each morning, not what do I have to do today, but how can I nurture myself today? That shift in thinking alone can extend not just your lifespan, but the depth of your life experience. And if you ever feel like it's too late to change your habits, remember this: the body always listens, the heart always remembers, and the soul is always ready to begin again. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need to follow every trend. What you need is presence, consistency, kindness to yourself. The small choices, done quietly but repeatedly, are what shape the quality of your days and eventually the story of your life. Morning is not something to rush through, it is a gift to unwrap with care. So take your time, move gently, choose with intention, and know this: the way you begin your day has the power to shape not just your morning, but the rest of your life. Now, the question remains: what will you do with tomorrow morning? These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.